Warrior, we talked a lot around the holidays about AI toys, artificial intelligence, that they were embedding cameras and recorders into teddy bears and plushies and little dolls and cute looking robots. And they were doing the toy company's a soft launch into the market. And we sounded the alarm. And our great colleagues at Fair Play for Kids put out an advisory. And go back here on the YouTube channel, The Warriors, and look for our interview with Rachel Franz, who worked on all of this at Fair Play. And it really worked because for the moment, things calmed down. The teddy bear that was even suggesting that kids, I don't know, they'll show them how to light matches, they'll show them how to go to the kitchen and get knives, and a lot of sexual dialogue that inappropriate for kids. And I'm sure when parents and family members bought these cute toys, or they thought cute toys, they weren't expecting or didn't sign on for any of this. But I'm here to say that this launch stopped momentarily, but we hear that Hasbro, Mattel, and everyone is going to go full in on AI toys. Now, this was brought to our attention, our beautiful Legos. Legos were always one of those toys, I always compared them to like Lincoln Logs because a child could sit for hours and just use their imagination and build and create anything they want out of those Legos, right? Or the Lincoln Logs. But right now we're talking about the Legos. So how disturbing was this that it came to my attention that there's something now called Lego Smart Bricks? When we hear the word smart, I don't know about you, but my mind immediately goes to the smartphone. The smartphone seems kind of like a dumb phone, right? Because of all the problems we're having with everything with the phone. But smart bricks, let me explain what they are. They are advanced Lego compatible building bricks that do more than just snap together. They include embedded technology. There it is, everybody, embedded technology like sensors, motors, lights, and programmable elements that let you build models that move, respond to input, and interact with the world. That sounds like being online to me, because being on any device is opening up the portal to the world, right? So, or portals to the world. I find this very disturbing because I always thought of Legos kind of in a class of their own. Here in New York City, we have the Lego store in Rockefeller Center, and they've had over the years, Legos have been around a long time, different sets that would come up to, go along with a movie or a show or something like that. But I always thought they were just building. Kids could use their minds and be creative. So here's what we should know about with these smart brick Legos. It's hard for me to even say. Motors to make things move, sensors to detect sound, light, distance, motion, or touch, lights and displays for visual feedback, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi modules to connect phones, tablets, or controllers. Very dangerous. And so some of the names, I want to give you some of the names of these because I want you to be aware of this, right? Lego Powered Up, Lego Mindstorms, Lego Spike Prime Education. So we know that third parties are now working with Legos. Doesn't this just seem like the pile-on that we can't escape this AI that's becoming embedded on a daily basis? So most toys, how do they work, you might ask? Most include a programmable hub. Basically, a small computer brick. Smart brick Legos. So it's a small computer that connects to components like these sensors and motors, and you use an app to tell the bricks how to behave. Listen, kids like anything with lights and motors, and especially now, the kids have been born, I always say 30 and under, in this digital society. It's not their, this digital bubble, it's not their fault. But this really got to me when I heard about this. Because, listen, connecting to technology, lights, this, that, it's not letting the child sit on their own, use their mind, and create something, right? So again, because these smart brick Legos require a tablet or a device or a smartphone, more technology. leading to more screen time, distractions if kids switch to games or apps while using the device, and relying on the devices instead of their hands-on play. People don't realize even using little hands and building and moving and coordinating, that's developing a child's mind and body. So if you bought these toys or going to buy them because you think it's the hot new thing or your child sees them and wants them, listen, set clear limits on device use, reserve smart brick interaction for dedicated building programming time. Maybe it's 20 minutes a day. That's it. Maybe it's once a week for 30 minutes. You be that warrior. You be in charge. I'm very frustrated, and I know parents and caregivers, family members will be overwhelmed because it is also just something else we have to worry about. Also, more online. Also, you check the ages and things are like, 12 plus, not even for this, things are like, 8 plus. And this can also lead to frustration for a child if it's become difficult for them, right? Because we live in that swipe society where if you don't like something, on to the next. But this can become very tricky for little minds developing. So if you're going to do this, you need to break tasks into small steps and always, celebrate the smallest win, because kids feel everybody does, when they're complimented, rather than frustrated at this entire project. And privacy and connectivity. We know anytime you connect to online, a tablet, a smartphone, again, opening up your child's life to the world, you need to have some guardrails. So it's open-ended play for kids, but it's taking the place of imagination, as we pointed out, storytelling through building, right? Hands-on engineering. So what are we going to do? If you're going to do it, we always say that, and I learned this from Fair Play for Kids, fairplayforkids.org. I'll list them in the body of this video. It's 90% kid. A toy is 90% kid, 10% toy. Well, this to me seems like 90% toy, 10% kid, the exact opposite. Very expensive also too. There's that competition again. What if one child has these smart brick Legos, as a play date, and then they go home and mom can't afford it? And so that's more conflict in the home. I guess there's some benefits, but also getting back to costs, you will purchase more add-ons for a fuller experience. It seems like another money pit to me, but benefits, coding and engineering are introduced to a child in a hands-on way. You can, if you want to sit with your child, teach, critical thinking, critical analysis. You can encourage teamwork, have a few kids do it in collaboration. But we have to learn, because we do live in this digital bubble, how to make tech, a collaborative effort, how to make it educational. That's what I'm always thinking about. So always understand how everything is used here. Age appropriate. Look at the ages, but don't just go by what's on the box, what's on the label. We know. Not always appropriately marked. Do it yourself. Play with your child. Get the feel for it. Understand what they're doing. A lot of these sets, these brick Legos, are recommended for 7 to 12 years old. And then the powered up ones, usually a little bit older, we have 10 to 16. Here's the bottom line with all of this. Listen, anything with being online more is dangerous. It's not going away. You're not going to stop. I know it. You're going to buy these toys. But I'm sounding the alarm. I'm putting some awareness out. I'm putting some tips out. So if you do buy them, set those guardrails, time limits. Know what your child is doing on that. Make it a reward, perhaps, for doing their chores. A great study came out recently showing kids who are given chores and do chores excel better in life at being organized and taking on tasks. Now, that's a very simple thing. If you gave your child a couple of chores a week, anything that gets their brain going. So, Lego Smart Bricks, we love our Legos. I'm not sure about anything that's adding more technology into our already overburdened technological lives. Community creates change. Number one step, raising awareness. Being aware that these things exist, because I didn't even know until yesterday about Lego smart bricks. And I live by the Lego store in New York City. Go figure. Thanks for joining us. Remember, always go to lynswarriors.org. Make sure you're subscribed here. Hit the little bell to be notified. Share the information with family and friends, and definitely share information with your children. You might want to start a conversation with a 12-year-old. Hey, have you ever heard of Lego smart bricks? And I say that because parents will say to me, don't open the can of worms about things. I say that because maybe your child hasn't heard about Lego smart bricks, but they go to a friend's house and that friend has it, so they're ill-prepared or may get involved in things they shouldn't be involved in. So if you head it off and start saying, hey, these exist, and let's, talk about it. What do you think of this? And start that conversation. It sounds real simple, but I'm always saying, talk to your kids open and honestly. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go back and look at our interviews with parents and experts and survivors of all of this exploitation. And I say this, well, I want you to be a warrior, but also because we don't want these things to happen to you. Get educated, be smart, be a warrior.